people have launched their own course, but really only a few knows how to launch like a pro. Based on experience, even digital marketers, business coaches have a hard time in launching and managing their own courses. It's not their fault. In fact, I would recommend during the first few times that you do it on your own. When you validated your offer, that's when you can start systematizing your launches so you can get even better results. So today, we are going to be talking about how you can launch your coaching program or your course like a pro. One of the biggest mistakes that any coach or course creator can do is launching their program or course into the wrong audience. If you want to launch like a pro, you have to take the first steps in marketing it to the right audience. How can we say that they're the right audience? Well, first, of course, they have to be our target audience. And second, they have to be an engaged audience. More often than not, the engaged audience is the missing part for coaches and course creators. They always think like, okay, we have this number of followers in our social media, we have this number of email lists, but then they haven't been engaging enough with those followers. And that creates a huge friction in launching your program. The reason for this is because you have to build a relationship with your audience first before you launch your program. In fact, this is a non-negotiable asset that you should have before launching your program, or else your launch can surely fail. And so if you haven't actually built that relationship, or you've stopped for a while, then it's time to rebuild the trust and the relationship that you have between your followers or your email list. Once you've built an engaged audience, now you have the right audience to launch your program to. Now that you have an engaged audience, one of the things that you need to do to launch like a pro is to invite them into your process. This will excite them and add a layer of reciprocity. To do this, start by giving them loads of free content. I know coaches and course creators tend to gatekeep their own stuff, but really this will only hold back your audience. The more that you give free content, the more that the people will feel obligated to actually buy your actual course and program. Why? Simply because if you're already giving so much value in your free content, how much more in your paid program? So go on and shoot those Instagram lives, give a solidified lead magnet, share educational content in your feed, and watch your audience get excited for your program. And even maybe they'd be asking you to actually launch a program even if you haven't said anything yet. And that, my friends, is how you build a strong foundation for your launch to be a success. If you haven't created a clear goals and timeline for your launch, then you're leaving a lot of money into the table. Launching like a pro means you have to treat your launch just like any project in your business, with clear goals and timeline. To do this, start with identifying your goals. Not only can you include your financial goals, but also include your emotional goals. Most of the time, business owners think about the financial goals only, not knowing that their energy being preserved is also a currency gained in itself. With this energy preserved, they can continue being creative in their content and their visions for the future, or they can use this energy to actually do their client fulfillment work even better. Not only that, did I mention that your energy is very important when launching your program? So it's important that your energy is vibing and aligned all throughout your launch. After that, it's time to set your open cart dates. Make sure that it's at least 1 week and it starts on weekdays. Normally, people pay more attention to launches during those days simply because during the weekends, supposedly, we are relaxing, doing things outside of work, and basically being there with our loved ones. Now that you have your open cart dates, you can start the timeline for your ideation, for your pre-launch, and your launch, and of course, your post-launch as well. If you need more support on estimating the timeline based on the things that you will have to do on each of these launch phases, then go ahead and download our free online launch course checklist. Now, once you've set clear goals and timelines for you and your team, well, you are now on your way into launching your program like a pro. Okay, let's talk pre-launch. If you want to launch your program like a pro, then you have to prepare your things in advance. This is where the pre-launch phase comes in. Usually, the things that you'll need to prepare during this phase is your launch copy, your content, your automation, and your product delivery. This ranges from your social media content, your graphics and your videos, to your email automations and payment notifications, to your onboarding process for your program delivery. A common thing that is being asked from me about launches is who are the people that they'll need during launches? The bare minimum that I would say you need is a virtual assistant, especially if you already have a good audience and have a good copywriting background. Most often than not, these are business coaches and marketing coaches. Now, what I usually find is needed for other types of coaches or course creator is at least one social media manager, one copywriter, and one technical virtual assistant or manager. Now, once you have a team for your launch, make sure that you properly relate to them on a launch project kickoff call all your goals and your timelines for your launch. Once that's finalized, add them to the project management tool so everyone can see all the timelines and the deadlines for one another. This way, no one will be waiting for the other in order to complete their task or their assignments for that launch project. This way, the team can see that they are part of a larger whole that will need them to finish their task efficiently and effectively so everyone can move along with their own task as well. Once you've finished and prepared all the deliverables that you need for your program launch, then it's time to sit back and relax and enjoy your program launch. Truly, this is the most exciting part of launching your program like a pro. Congratulations! After lifting all the heavy parts before your launch, you are now able to give your all during your launch phase. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say that launching like a pro can give you both the time to enjoy your launch and be present with your loved ones. Not only that, instead of cramming all the back-end pieces of your launch, you are able to relax in between of your launch to-dos, whether that's being a live guest in a group or having your own Facebook Lives. With your full creative energy, you are able to show up in your live webinars, Instagram stories, and other launch strategies with full authenticity and love for your audience. And trust me when I say that your audience can definitely feel that. The effect of this not only shows in a better audience, which honestly can affect the long-term profitability of your business, but also in your launch current sales. So the next time that you say, no, I don't really need to launch like a pro, well, think again. There's more benefits to it than meets the eye. Before you close your launch, never ever forget to revisit and review what happened during your launch. There are a lot of golden nuggets that you can take from your recent launch that is probably worth more than the launch course that you're eyeing to take next. After all, experience is really the key to success, and that's what launching like a pro entails. To create a proper post-launch debrief, then make sure that you have these details. First, your launch data roundup, and second, your financial data reports. Based on those, write your observations, your key learnings, and your recommendations for your next launch. Now, don't forget to also hold a team debrief so you can get insights from your team as well. Honestly, we can't just use our minds to remember all the details, but in creating a post-launch debrief, we are able to document all the details that we need in order to take our next launch to the next level. Now that you know how to launch like a pro, you are now going to be able to successfully launch your program without all those unnecessary stress. If you want more guidance on what tech tools to use for your launch, then you're in for a treat. Because on the next video, we are going to be talking about the tech tools that you could use for your launch. And so if you want to get notifications on when that video will be out, then make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Dyanne Pauline, here to help you create a life and business that you love without burning out. See you!